Welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. We've got a few objectives to complete here. We need to check out the Aztech data, go to the payphone, notify Lucadur that his task is complete. I'm going to talk to the rest of the Shadowrunners as well. So we'll head out to the streets. I do need to do a bit of shopping as well, pick up another elemental, maybe see what other weapons and armor are for sale. Oh, we do need to play that DVD. I'll do that once we get back into the safe house. Yeah, Malik did rescue one more DVD for us to look at. So we'll head around here. Lane, Samuel. Zach Flash is over there. Where's that cafe? Is it down here? Okay, it's not down there. The elemental shop is... I always forget where they are. We'll go to the cyber clinic first and pick up some medkits. I always need a few more of those. Now let's take a look. Gold trauma kit. I do have one trauma kit already. Let's grab a couple of those. I think that's it. So we'll head on out, head to the payphone. I think it's up here top left. There's an optional objective for us up there. Simi. Oh, I could head down there as well. That's where some of the Shadowrunners hang out. Okay, let's go to the phone booth. Deliver the Aztech project data. You call up the Aztech project data on your PDA and its tiny display window fills with foreign words and symbols. Handing over the Blood Mage's research, whatever it is, would be as easy as initiating a data upload. I want to translate it first. Hold on a second. I want to have it translated first. Let's run Azerbaijan. Lucky Strike. Lucky Strike raises an eyebrow at your approach. A burning cigarette dangles between the fingers of her right hand as she holds a glass of scotch in her left. Talent, fancy seeing you again. Yeah, well I was hoping that you'd want to chat. Oh, she takes a drag on her cigarette. Well, colour me intrigued. What do you want to talk about? Been finding much work recently? Yeah, but the cruise bazaar isn't the best place to do it. There aren't a ton of jobs out here if you don't have a network. You don't have people in the cruise bazaar? Nope, my crew's in Midi. There's lots of work out there if you can handle it, but life isn't as pleasant there as it is in the cruise bazaar. She gestures with her cigarette, the tip glowing red in the gloom. I mostly visit your lovely little keys between runs to restock and relax. It's a good place for that, nice and slow paced. It's... She pauses for a moment to search for a word. Quaint. Don't suppose you'd be interested in taking a permanent position on my team? Don't suppose I would. Like I said, I've got a team of my own, good people who have earned my loyalty 100 times over. I can do a little moonlighting here and there, but they wouldn't take it kindly if I up and bailed on them. She takes another sip of scotch. Better that it stay like this. If you need me for a run, I'm available. You just need to pay me first. Keep things clean and simple. Okay, know anything about the lodge? Duos group, you mean? She tips her glass and swallows. Sure, I've done a few jobs for them. They pay well. The whole ominous secret... Oh, yeah, I think we've asked her about this before. Okay, so nothing new there. Let's get out of here. I think it must be down here, the elemental shop. Talismonger's shop. And then we can go to the cafe as well. Algernon, that's his name. Hello again, may I help you? I have a question for you if you don't mind. You're in luck, I have a great many answers. I came by some data on a job. It's written in a foreign language. Maybe you could take a look. Yes, of course. Hand it to me if you will. Algernon sweeps his eyes over the information on your PDA. His mouth curls into a frown, then a grimace of disgust. This is an abomination. You'd do well to delete it. What is it? He meets your eyes. Nothing that should exist, but you're looking for specifics, and you'll continue asking until you have them. The impetuousness of youth. Very well then, I'll try to provide the knowledge that you seek. There is great power in blood, Talon. It can be used as a focus, a battery, or a bridge. The blood mages of Tenochtitlan are widely feared for their proficiency in abusing this power. This project, this bloodline, seeks to abuse the power of blood in a novel and horrifying way. With the techniques described in this document, a spellcaster could use a person's blood as a magical conduit. In layman's terms, a spell could be channeled through a father to kill a son, through a niece to kill a aunt, anyone with a hereditary connection to the original target regardless of distance. Do you see the ramifications of this, Talon? Do you understand what this means? Were the project completed, were the techniques described within to be perfected, nobody would be safe. You could run and hide, you could go to ground, you could bury yourself in a mile of concrete, it would not matter. As long as technology can find a blood connection to their prey, they could target them, and it would be fatal. He hands back your PDA information intact. This is yours, Talon. You have heard my counsel. I will leave the rest to you. Okay. Well, I do want to buy some stuff as well. Let's take a look at outfits. Okay, 6 armor. Weapons, acid bolt 3, needs conjuring 5, I don't have that. Okay, let's grab maybe a force 3. Let's go force 3. Earth elemental. We'll just grab that one for now. And head into the cafe. Welcome back, runner. Talk to that exec. He'll fall in line after he gets his pants thoroughly dry cleaned. He smiles broadly. Excellent work. Perhaps you do have a future in this town. Here is your pay. See you around. Okay. Job done. Let's go and deliver the Aztech data. Don't know if I should be delivering this data to the lodge, but guess we'll see where it goes. Heading up here to the payphone. The machine accepts the data upload, and only a few moments later a certified critic is spat out of the coin slot. The phone's old LCD readout displays the text, freedom, equality, information. Let's walk away. Okay. So we'll head back to the safe house and check out the final DVD. Okay, I'll load the 4th DVD. A soft whirring sound fills the air as the ancient DVD player spins the disc up to speed. The scratched LCD display comes to life and a menu fills the screen. Play track 1. The DVD player ramps up to speed, filling the air with a shrill whining sound. Green Winter's face appears on the screen. The timestamp of the video reads 2050-04-28. This is it. The interview. Took some digging to find it, but here he is, my big brother, back in his prime. The note disappears, and for a moment the screen goes blank. Suddenly, the image of a news correspondent flashes onto the screen, accompanied by a brief orchestral flourish. The timestamp in the upper right corner of the screen reveals the date. Thank you for joining us. We come to you live from the ruins of Sangerhausen, the fifth Haas mountain town to be sacked by the dragon Furschwing. Standing by my side is the head of DL Defense, Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Dr. Vauclair has been hailed as the leader in the effort to bring down Furschwing and end her reign of terror. Dr. Vauclair, tell us about your efforts to bring down the dragon. Killing the monster has proven difficult, to say the least. Her speed and maneuverability in the air are extraordinary. Her scales repel small arms fire, and her breath can melt steel. Our R&D teams have been working around the clock to devise a weapon capable of downing the beast. In the interim, we are providing material support for the Luftwaffe's attempts to shoot her down via conventional means. Vauclair, why are you directing DL Defense's energies to the killing of Furschwing? Are there corporate interests at play in this? Corporate interests? No. This is a matter of human interest. Innocent lives are being extinguished at an appalling rate. I'm in a position to help put an end to the slaughter, and so I must. It really is that simple. Dr. Vauclair, you must understand my skepticism. Our viewers aren't looking for a PR statement, they came to us for the truth. I'm afraid that I don't have time to go back and forth on this. Your viewers can think whatever they wish. My concern is in helping the people affected by this tragedy. In that case, Dr. Vauclair, I thank you for sharing your valuable time with us. You're very welcome. To the viewers at home, stay safe and watch the skies. Salvation is coming, I promise. Again, that was Dr. Adrian Vauclair, CEO of DL Defense. Dr. Vauclair is the chief architect of the military's current plan to bring down the dragon Furschwing. Stay tuned for more late-breaking news on the battle for the Haas Mountains. We'll be right back. With that, the video comes to an end. You find yourself dumped back to the menu screen. The display goes blank for a moment, then the face of Green Winter winks onto the screen. There is a look of astonishment on his face. Holy shit, I just stumbled onto some of Adrian's old lab notes. I'm not going to say how I came across these, someone might get hurt if the wrong people watch this. But I've checked them against some of Adrian's old handwriting samples, and they're legitimate. Holy shit, this is big. Alright, okay, back up, slow down, breathe. He takes a moment to calm himself. Okay, so these notes, they pretty much confirm something that I'd always suspected. The Luftwaffe didn't shoot down Furschwing. I mean, they tried. They pumped thousands of rounds into the air around her, and they lobbed rockets at her for months, lost a lot of attack helicopters and fighter craft in the process. But none of those things were responsible for taking her down. The Dragonfall was caused by an experimental warhead, one that Adrian and his DL Defense think tank designed. I don't understand the science of it, not even a little bit. But from what I can piece together, it looks like they designed some sort of chemical radiological agent that acts on the metagene. I don't think that they fully understood what they were doing. It was 2012 after all. I mean, the process worked, but I don't know if they understood why it worked. Anyway, when a warhead full of this stuff comes into contact with a dual-natured creature like a dragon, say, it drives a wedge between the creature's physical and astral forms. The body gets put into a sort of hibernation state, and the spirit is forced out. It also looks like this process can maintain that state of separation indefinitely, and that's a pretty horrifying thought. A discorporated body's supposed to die in a few hours. I've heard horror stories about ghosts walking mages getting trapped in astral space, unable to rejoin with their meat. I heard they went crazy from the pain. If what I'm reading is accurate, it's entirely possible that Furschwing has been trapped outside of her body for over 40 years. Winter pushes his chair back and slaps the table in front of him. This is why Adrian was always so cagey about the subject of Furschwing after the Dragonfall. He knew for a fact that she was alive, even if only technically. Her body crashed down into the socks, sure, but she wasn't dead. The government wouldn't let Adrian tell the public about any of this, of course. It'd interfere with the lie that they were feeding us, that the Firewing was dead and that everyone was safe and that people should stop hiding in their basements and get back to work again. But privately, he always said that she was still out there somewhere deep in the socks. I'd always thought that he was paranoid, but I was wrong. He knew. So what does all of this mean? It means that the stories I got from that ghost rat suddenly sound a lot more plausible. It means that Furschwing is definitely alive, and that Adrian's disappearance is unquestionably tied to her survival. It also means that Germany is in deep shit, because if Furschwing is still alive, it's only a matter of time before she rears her ugly head again. Okay, that's enough for one night. I'm gonna go get drunk. The screen abruptly goes black as the video cuts off. A few moments later, you find yourself returned to the menu screen. Track 3. The DVD player ramps up speed, filling the air with a shrill, whining sound. Green Witch's face appears on the screen. He looks younger than you've ever seen him, but from the way he's carrying himself, he's clearly drunk. Look, Adrian, I understand you, Lord knows I do, but you've got to drop this dragon fixation. People are starting to talk. There is a camera cut, and you find yourself looking at a young, handsome Dr. Adrian Vauclair. He wears a slight smile on his face. Oh, they're talking, are they? What a terrible shame. Damn it, Adrian, this is serious. You're a public figure. You could lose everything if you don't keep these ridiculous fairy tales to yourself. Hermie, my theories are not, as you call them, fairy tales. Dragons are real. I saved Germany from one. Have you forgotten? No, of course not. Everyone knows that you killed the Firewing. Stopped. Not killed. Fine, stopped, whatever. Winter swipes a bottle off the table in front of him, drains it and drops it on the floor. Call it whatever you want, but Adrian, you're the only one who's still obsessed with the damn things. There aren't that many of them, and they're not taking over the world. Vauclair's voice is quiet, soft. Such is the cry of the cancer patient, unaware of what's killing him. I'm fine, not to worry, I'll smoke another cigarette. What's the harm? He doesn't see what's happening, but he winds up dead, all the same. Winter snorts. Now you're just being maudlin. Look, Adrian. Vauclair shakes his head and his smile has disappeared. You mark my words, Hermie. Within 5 years, corporations, even countries, will fall to these creatures, and the worst part is, nobody will care. Oh, people will tut-tut about it. There may be a protest or two, but nobody will actually do anything to stop them. The immortal, all-powerful, utterly pitiless reptiles will seize more and more of our power, wealth, and territory, and we foolish, short-sighted mortals will never get it back. Green Winters chuckles uncomfortably, raises his hands in the air in a supplicating gesture. Come now, Adrian. Vauclair talks over his brother's interruption. We could solve the problem, of course, but we, as a species, are unwilling to invest our energy into problems that aren't staring us right in the face. As it was with climate change, so it is with dragons. I've accepted that, but you can ask me to stop caring about it. Winters shakes his head. You're hopeless, Adrian. Fine, by all means, keep caring. Just keep your conspiracy theories to yourself. I'm telling you this for your own sake. Vauclair sighs. He looks incredibly tired. Yes, Hermie, you're right, of course. I mustn't jeopardize my credibility with the masses. Winter's expression turns serious. His voice lowers. It's not just your credibility that I'm worried about. Talk is talk, but sometimes... He pauses, shakes his head. Sometimes I worry that you're really going to go back to the sulks. Vauclair's tone softens again. Hermie, Winters cuts his brother off. A new intensity burns in his voice. Please, big brother, just drop all of this. Stop hunting the Firewing and start living your life again. If you won't do it for yourself, then for Christ's sake, do it for me. Vauclair nods, then looks away from the screen. Alright, Hermie. I'll try. The image cuts to static. Okay, final track. A rattling sound fills the air as the disc grinds in its tray. A few seconds later, the screen fills with text. Jolly Green Winters. I'm a fun-loving guy who's also a great listener. I love hiking, clubbing, and all kinds of pests. I'm looking for a cute, funny, adventurous girl who's down to party. I don't respond to profiles without pics. No orcs, no trolls. Sorry, ladies. The disc rattles again, and you find yourself sitting at the main menu. Okay. Alright, that's it. That's all the DVDs that we're going to get access to. Let's go chat to Iga. So there is one mission, MK6, waiting for us. We can pick that up, but we'll see what the two Shadowrunners have. Iga glances up from her PDA at the sound of your approach. Talon, this isn't the best of times. Her body language is self-assured, but you can hear the anxiety in her voice. Something has worried her and in a big way. Talk to me, Iga. If something's put you on edge, I want to know what it is. There is a long pause. Finally, she turns to PDA so that you can look at the screen. This. The image that greets you is a holopic of a rail, thin orc with jet black hair. Who am I looking at? His name is Yuli Kozlov, but he's better known by his handle, the Engineer. He's a mercenary, ex-Spetsnaz, one of the best in his field. I ran up against him in my KSK days. Tell me more. His specialties are social engineering and wet work. In practice, he spends most of his time paving the way for organised crime syndicates to seize new territory. He sets up bribes, takes out key members of the opposition and forges alliances with existing street gangs. All of the groundwork that a syndicate needs. Here's extremely bad news, Talon, and my contact spotted him in Shatternest. That's a little too close to the cruise bazaar for comfort. Exactly. I've seen what the engineer can do up close. My KSK unit tracked him a few years ago. I had him in my sights of my rifle, but I was ordered to hold fire. We couldn't afford to give away our position. To this day, I regret obeying that order. I saw what happened to the town that he was softening up after the syndicate moved in. Talon, I have to stop him before it's too late. What happened to that town? It can't be allowed to happen again in Shatternest. Why not? I don't have any particular love for that place. Because Shatternest is right next door to the cruise bazaar. Once the syndicate gets its hooks into Shatternest, they'll look to keep expanding their territory, and the cruise bazaar will be next. And once they're in, we'll never get them back out again. You said that it works for organised crime syndicates, plural. Who are we talking about? A wide variety of clients. I know for a fact that he's worked for mafia groups, both inside and outside of Russia. He spent a few years in Norway working for the Lobachevsky syndicate. He's taken contracts with the Triads as well. My contacts tell me that he's even done a few jobs for terminals. When it comes to his paycheck, the engineer doesn't discriminate. That's a hell of a resume. Yeah, it is. She bites her lip and stares at the image on the PDA for a long moment. So, long story short, I'm going to have to step out for a mission or two. I know how important it is that we resolve the first wing situation. I get it, but I just can't sit back and let this happen. She shakes her head. I won't. Okay, so we have the option to go with her on this mission. If the cruise bazaar is at risk, this is too important a job to rest on the shoulders of one person. I'm going with you. End of story. Alright, fearless leader, you're right, I could use the help, but the others, they can't know about this. This is going to have to be a quiet job, 2 people max. You sure you're prepared for this? If you can't hold up your end, I'll be better off on my own. Don't worry about me, I'm solid. Yeah, I know you are. Grab your things and meet me at the Dero Wenkower. I've got a contact who's going to join us there and he can help us figure out our next step. Okay, I think we are ready to go immediately. We'll meet with Eager's contact and see if we can complete this mission. First off, a little pat with Dante. And we will see you next time.